Welcome back to Deep Cuts 2000. We're at 2004, and as usual, no famous movies are going to be on this list. It's going to be all deep cuts. So if I don't mention like a more popular movie, that's because I'm digging for gems and hidden horror movies. So we're going to have a sleaze-tastic opening with The Halfway House. It's got Cthulhu elements, got Lovecraft mixed into a halfway house that doubles as a satanic sacrificing house where they take all like the castaways, like the druggies and the hookers, and they feed them to a god. A lot of TNA and decent amount of blood, but this is more leaning towards the kind of like the it's funny at times. It feels like an X-rated movie at times, but like I said, I think it's got some really neat Lovecraft elements. That halfway house. All right, number 9 is another kind of sleaze-tastic movie. Tiffany Sheppies, who's very voluptuous, and she and her college are doing kind of like hazing and like college shenanigans, and it goes bad when they try to steal a book from a sorceress, and it turns into this big like battle between evil and the evil sorceress, who's played by Stephen Dorff. And so that being said, like I said, and then they're kind of so bad it's good, but it's real fun. Definitely sexy horror. The Hazing at number 9. All right, number 8. Now, I don't know much about Devilman, the anime, but Toho, the makers of Godzilla, they went out and made a live action Devilman movie, and I thought from what I've seen of the anime, this live action, it kind of feels like the Faust movie from Brian Zuna, where it's like horror with anime. It was cool. It was worth checking out. Devilman. Number 7, we got Dead Birds. With it's like a western, like Civil War setting, ghost creature feature, where these bank robbers rob a bank, and they go into this remote area, but it's haunted, and so they're out there and they start seeing these like creatures. And what makes this movie weird is, one, you got Michael Shannon in like one of his first roles. You got Henry Thomas, and they're all good, and the acting's good, and it's a cool gothic western horror. That's a cool combo. We got Ginger Snaps on Leash. Now, what makes this different from the last one is it doesn't really feature Catherine Isabel. This is all Emily Perkins. But who takes the spotlight from her is she's young in this, but in a few years she's going to star in Orphan Black. Talia Mulaney. She's great in this. She plays this little weird girl. But throughout the movie, Emily Perkins, she's turned into a werewolf, and she needs her drugs, and it's a rehab facility. So it's a little departure from it's not as good as the first one, but it don't let that. It's good. Ginger Snaps 2 is totally worth seeing. Have the German thriller Creep, starring Frankie Potenti. You know her from Run Lola Run and the Autopsy movies. She's like a little scream queen. But So, it takes place in the subway, and she's being hunted by this creep in the subway system. Yeah, Satan's Little Helper. I love this movie. This is like one of those really Halloween feeling movies um, that really definitely gets you in a Halloween mood. It's this kid dressed like a devil who he's helping out this real devil do like mischief, and he doesn't realize until like it gets really dangerous that he's dealing with the devil. It's got Catherine Winnick. She's you know it's real hot in this movie, and feels like a Goosebumps kind of vibe. It's got a Goosebumps, but it does feel rated R at times. But it's PG-13. It's a good Halloween movie. All right, number 3, we have Stephen King's Riding the Bullet. The main character, he tries to kill himself, and then he goes on like this kind of like spirit journey, um, road trip, and he gets picked up by David Arquette, and he kind of does like this ghost of Christmas past on him, like this is your life, and like like you got your reasons to live, and he's got the Stephen King vibes, and I liked it. It was like it definitely feels like a Stephen King novel, and um, it takes place in the '70s, so it's got that going on, and he's like a hippie, and it's a good movie. I enjoy Riding the Bullet. French horror movie about a singer who goes like a kind of like a on the road singer whose car breaks down, and he gets taken in by this guy who claims he's going to fix his car, but he kidnaps him and he dresses him like his wife, and then like the town village, like like they're kind of like hillbillies, and they're threatening to like you know dress him like his wife, and it gets this is a French movie. It's weird, and it's really like horrific how what this singer goes through, and they make him sing and do these things. It's it puts chills in your back, and that's what it makes it really worth singing if you didn't see Calvaire. Yeah, number 2. All right, number 1, Malevolence, Saghead Killer slasher movie slash thriller about this family that gets kidnapped by a robber, and they go to this remote house, and next thing you know, they're being chased by a sidekick killer who isn't going to stop. He's not picking the family or the robbers. He's chasing them both. And that's what I liked about this movie, because it keeps you guessing who's going to come out of this debacle, the robbers or the family. And I think you'll be surprised how kind of moody and atmospheric that Malevolence is, because it's very simple, but at the same time, it has a really good slasher vibe, and I think it's underrated slasher movie. All right, that's it, 2004. I'll see you at 2005.